Hello there! Welcome back to another video. Today we're just gonna have like a little FaceTime chat because I have this whole list of things you will regret packing for any long-term travel or travel in general. But then I kind of thought about it and I was like, I kind of don't want to do like a full video on this, so we're gonna like just talk through each one, and once I've been talking for like 15 minutes, I'm just gonna cut it. And that's going to be the video because I don't want to sit here and talk forever. But today we're going to go over some things that you might regret packing for traveling. And I might even throw in a story or two of my own with these. So the first one is kind of a big one, and it is too many shoes. Okay, wait. All of these do not apply if you're an influencer, but nobody that's an influencer is going to be watching my videos. But when you want to have like only minimal suitcases with you, like Peter and I travel in a carry-on and a backpack, and that works extremely well for us, even me as an avid overpacker. But too many shoes can really like get ya because it takes up so much space, unless they're like really tiny, but they're heavy, it takes up space, and like sometimes they can only go with like one outfit, or they make your feet bleed or something ridiculous. So you want to make sure you have like super comfortable shoes, because otherwise you are not going to have a good time. The cobblestones, at least in Europe and even in like Turkey and stuff like that, were so bad if I had had heels. I really was glad that I didn't, because I was genuinely scared. I probably would have fallen a ton. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to get a pair of kitten heels or something to bring still this trip. But I don't know. Send me your recommendations if you have good heels that are comfortable, because that is honestly, that's the biggest part, is that your shoes have to be comfortable because you are walking so far. Like, it doesn't matter if you take an Uber everywhere, you're still walking a ton and on that uneven surface, and it's just uncomfortable. And so it's best if you bring comfortable shoes. And anyone that has traveled will tell you that too, because it's a necessity. Another fun thing that I learned from our first time we went is that you do not need to bring so many like bathroom items with you. We bought Q-tips there, and their Q-tips are the best Q-tips literally we've ever used. They're not like the cotton that will like come off in your ear, even though you're not supposed to use Q-tips in your ear, whatever. They're not like that. They're like firmer and together, and so it just like, it works really well. But I also learned, like, obviously they have like makeup remover and shampoo and conditioner, that's a given, but specifically the dry shampoo that we found there was so good, like ridiculously good, and it lasted us such a long time. It smelled great, you could pretty much not see it at all, and I have dark hair, so like it was really great for me and for Peter, because I've got him on to dry shampoo now. If you know, you know. And that's like one of the biggest things that I would like to save space on. And luckily I can this time, because we're staying in a place for a month. So I can just arrive and then get the stuff I need, and then I won't have to like travel with it at all, which is really nice. I don't have to find like storage for it in places in my bag, which saves so much space and time. Even if you're there for a week, it is 100% worth it. Just leave it in the Airbnb or the hotel when you're done. Another thing you will regret bringing is expensive jewelry. I just heard a story of someone who got stabbed over his golden necklace. There are a ton of tourists in Europe, specifically where I'm going, so bad people know that, and so they go to find the tourists. And it's not like natives don't have expensive or nice jewelry, it's just they can tell when you are foreign and they will target that, and that just is scary. It's just not a great time. So leave your expensive jewelry at home. I know a lot of people even get fake like wedding rings just to look nice and pretty, so that is a good one too, because they really don't have big wedding rings over there, like at all. And in America, we do. So unless you have security, I would recommend not bringing expensive jewelry with you. Towels. Now, if you're like us, you might be traveling for an extended period of time. And Airbnbs have towels, but also, like, if you're in a hostel and they don't have towels, towels were they're such a big thing, but you don't need real towels. We specifically bought this pair of Turkish towels. They were so good for everything, whether we needed it in the shower or the beach. They would dry like that, and microfiber is disgusting. I hate it. And so these were amazing. Don't bring real towels. They take up so much space in your luggage, especially if you're there for long term. That is like not an option. Like, it's just not. So one of the things I have on here is easily wrinkled clothing, but easily wrinkled clothing also is typically linen. Not typically, but like linen specific things wrinkle so bad. And so like choose your battle. Like I already said, we're going to be staying in a place for a month. So I am more than comfortable bringing things that are going to wrinkle really easily because I know I can iron them out or spray them down. Whatever I need to do to get them unwrinkled, I have more than enough time to do that. So then, a big one for me was medications that you don't normally use. On TikTok, I saw so many people recommending medications and things you need to have in case something were to happen with the food. And so I brought like 4 or 5 medications that we never use. So like upset stomach, like Pepto-Bismol, like pills or something like that, and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, we don't use those at all ever. And or like digestive relief. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I don't know. We don't use those ever. And it's not like, at least in Europe, the food isn't like crazy different. It's not. It's actually healthier for you and better. So like, you're only gonna have a better time. Now, if you're going to Southeast Asia or Asia in general, I know the meat can hit really hard there, and other stuff too, like the water even. Like, so bring whatever you want if you're going to Asia, because who knows what's over there. It seems a lot of people get hit with Bali belly or just like diseases from the water kind of thing if you swallow it. But for medications, you don't need them for Europe. So the next one is something I wrote down because this was true at least for me. And I said, let me read it exactly how I said it. I said, lots of people will say don't bring clothes you don't wear in your day-to-day life, but I dress completely different while traveling than I do in the States. The trick is that you just have to love everything you bring. So a lot of people will be like, do not bring things you don't wear on a day-to-day basis, blah, 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 whatever. I dress completely different there than I do here. And they just have a higher standard of dressing over there. And so like, I am more than comfortable applying those standards to me. And also I think it makes me look better. And like, so my style like completely changes. And so I don't think you should rule out stuff you think you're gonna wear. Because you probably will wear it. Like, I don't wear like black suit pants in my day-to-day life. I mean, I do work at like a business casual place, but I don't wear them in my day-to-day life, but I will be wearing them over there. And that's just like, that's just what it is. Like, I don't know. So don't be afraid to bring clothes that you think you're gonna wear. And then if you don't, donate them while you're there. You have more space in your luggage. Like, not a big deal. Another one you'll regret is bright clothing. Europeans don't really wear like bright clothing unless it looks like expensive. Like, they're not wearing, especially neon colors. Oh my gosh. It's been a while, I guess, since I was over there, but I don't think it's changed that much. I don't think they're wearing like neon yellow, neon orange down the streets. Who is anymore? Genuinely, but like bright colors, I feel like they don't wear as much unless they look very, very like designer. And so I don't know, you have to pick your battles with that one. But that is like a warning. Like, don't pack your brightest. Like, I would not wear like this pink dress, or even this red and blue striped dress behind me, or I mean, this blue one does not look that blue, but it is so blue in real life. Let's see what else. Like this orange dress. There's a lot of these I wouldn't bring. This purple one I did bring with me though last time, and it was the perfect dress for everything. So I think I'm going to bring that one and a black one I have hanging up right there. The next thing is overpacking or pieces that only go with one outfit. When I packed with the intention to be in Europe for 3.5 months, I packed everything that could go with everything. So all the tops could go with all the bottoms to maximize as many outfits as I could. I also bought some stuff there too, and that's totally doable and fine. But you have to make sure you're not having like these one-off pieces. Again, unless you're an influencer, like I said, then you can have all the storage space. But like, you cannot haul around one of those massive suitcases. We have never used one. I don't even know what they're called anymore because we don't use them. Like, we just don't. They are ridiculous. You're gonna hate carrying it around to from wherever you need to go with it. You're literally gonna hate your life and wish you didn't pack all that stuff. Also, I learned that shipping your stuff back, I thought I was gonna like do that the whole time. I was like, if I don't like anything, I'll ship it back home. No big deal. It's gonna be like 50 plus euros to ship it back to wherever you want. Not recommended. And that's like a tiny box too. That's not even like a big size box. So it's better to pack things that can go with everything because you're gonna struggle otherwise. Some other things I have on this list, I'm just gonna label off real quick. Pieces that are one use or one wear. Already kind of said that. Too much cold weather clothing. You don't want to bring too many jackets or like sweaters, especially if you're there long term, because that takes up so much space. And so it's better to buy those things there, and then you can like kind of cycle through your clothes and get rid of some if you need. Multiple pairs of jeans. Europeans don't really wear jeans that much, so don't bring multiple pairs. Bring other nicer pairs of pants, of bottoms, of whatever. Multiple purses, dry clean only items. Literally, why would you do that? If you were bringing dry clean only items, I would assume you're not traveling for long term, so that's fine, I guess. Multiple of anything beauty. If you are traveling with the intention to save space, you don't need like 5 lipsticks. Backup items, that's a big one for me because I always like to have backup items because I'm like, what if I run out, or what if whatever. You don't need those. You can buy them there. You can. Anything that is not perfect, like absolutely you love this item, doesn't matter if you wear it or not. If it's not perfect, you're not gonna wear it. So make sure it's perfect. That is everything on my list. I hope this helps you if you are packing for anywhere, but especially for long-term travel. Even just like a 2-week vacation in Europe, it is good to have these tips because you don't know what to expect if you've never been there before, at least, which I had never before this last trip. So all this stuff would have been very helpful information for me. So that's why I'm putting it out to you. And I hope you enjoyed this little chat with me about travel. I think this is probably going to be one of my last sit down videos because we have a packed few weeks before we leave. Thank you so much for watching. I love talking to you guys and I love reading your comments, and it's so fun. So anyways, let me know if you need any more tips or advice for long-term travel. I would love to do a video on it. Even if it's like a short, I can totally stitch your comment or whatever. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!